What's good, YouTube? Noctoad here, welcoming you back to our next deck profile on the channel. Now today I'm going back to one of my favorite decks again, Yugioh Synchron. Now I did just do a deck profile for this last month, but since then we did just get a new ban list. So I do have a combo video out for this deck already if you want to go ahead and take a look at that. The link for it will be down below in the description if I remember to put it down there for you guys. There are a few changes in this deck, besides the one that I did before in March. So we'll go ahead and profile for you now, explain a few things. I am playing this a little bit differently than people who are playing this, people who have already done deck profiles for this recently. So I'll go ahead and explain that for you guys as we go along. So we're going to jump in straight off into the monsters. We are playing one of the main monsters of the deck. We're playing 3 Yugioh Synchron. Now, Yugioh Synchron is obviously one of the main monsters in the deck. I made sure to go ahead and put a lot of thought into the extra deck, making sure to use him to his fullest potential. I know there are a few people who don't really use as many targets for him in the extra deck, but I want to make sure that I have enough in there, that way I can keep building off the plays with the Yugioh Synchron. Moving on, we're playing 3 of the Junk Synchron. Now this is one of the main monsters of the deck. The way I built this deck is very interesting. The way I built it was that I wanted to make sure that no matter what happened each turn, there's only one monster that I'm ever going to want to normal summon, and that's going to be Junk Synchron. So no matter what happens, everything else, like the Yugioh Synchrons, the level eaters, the glow up bulbs, everything else is going to be special summoned, and the only thing I ever want to normal summon each turn is going to be a Junk Synchron. So this is actually the only monster I ever want to normal summon ever in the entire deck, unless I really get desperate, I guess. But this is like the main monster. Everything else should be able to be special summoned. Next up, we're playing 3 Jet Synchron, one of the newer cards out of the structure deck. Great card. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a junk monster to your hand, so you'd add your Junk Synchron. And once per turn, you can go ahead and send one card from your hand to the graveyard, doesn't matter what it is, and you can special summon this from the grave, so you can continue to build on plays once you're done using it. One thing to note though, you can only use one of its effects per turn, so if you go ahead and add the Junk Synchron, you can't use its special effect, so make sure that you know what you're doing and what you're planning on doing beforehand before you jump into the play and start adding things or specialing things before you really want to. Moving on, because this is a synchro deck, we are playing 3 Doppel Warrior. Now people might ask me, why are you playing 3 Doppel Warrior? Why not 2? Doesn't this clog? No, it does not clog, because we are playing cards to send things to the grave, and we want to special summon things a lot. So we're going to be using our level eater, special summoning this. We're going to be using our glow ball, special summoning this. We're going to be using our Jet Synchron, special summoning this. And everything else can be special summoned. We do not want normal summon anything but the Junk Synchron. So 3 works out really well, and we'll explain later on why we're playing 3 again as well. Moving on, we're playing 3 level eater. A lot of people like playing 2, a lot of people like playing 3. I'm going with 3 now just because there are certain cards in our deck that we want to be able to have 3 for. You also want to see this as soon as possible. There are games when I've been playing with 2 where I literally never see this card, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm playing 3 now, hopefully that I can open up with 1, or that I can get one to the grave with a tuning, or somewhere along the line I can get it to the grave. Next up, we're playing 2 of the Synchron Explorer. This card is really good, combos well with a few of the cards in the deck. This card has good combos with it. You can get out Quasar with this, you can get out lots of different things. I play 2 instead of 1. A lot of people play 1 of these because they don't want to draw into it. It's kind of cloggy that way, but if you open up that 1, you're done for. Like, you can't do some of your combos. So I play 2 that way, just in case I do open up the 1, I always have that second one in the deck that I can go ahead and use later on for the combos. And if you want to know what these combos are that I'm talking about, link below down in the description for my combo video. Next up, we're playing a couple hand traps. We're playing 2 Max C, just because Max C is amazing in this format. A lot of things are special summoning with PK Fire, Burning Abyss, lots of things like that. Especially if you're going second, you want to see this. That way you can go ahead and, like, if you know what they're playing, like if you know they're playing a Draco Pal deck, or they're playing a PK Fire deck, during their standby phase, go ahead and send this to the grave. That way you can start drawing right away when they start special summoning things, and you don't have to wait till later on. We're also maining 2 Effect Failure. Effect Failure, yet again, really good this format, especially against Monarchs, which is probably my toughest matchup right now is Monarchs. If they get that domain up, I'm kind of screwed. So I play a couple outs to it, but if you can, you want to failure that idea or that Eidos and just stop their play in their tracks, and you don't have to worry about anything else, because there are lots of times where if they get that domain up first turn and they're going first, I literally can't do anything for like 3 or 4 turns. We are playing a few 1-ofs now. We're playing 1 Global Hedgehog. A lot of people play 2, I play 1. Could get cloggy. and I'm playing one Rush Warrior. Now if you don't know what Rush Warrior does, you can go ahead and send this card to the grave during either player's turn. If a Warrior Synchro monster you control battles, and it doubles its attack. So that's really amazing. It's kind of like an Honest for the deck. You can't use it for that. It's also level 2 as a Warrior, has 300 attacks, so you can use it for Junk Synchron. And then also has a graveyard effect where you can banish this card from the graveyard and add one Synchron monster back to your hand. So if you want to continue your plays, you can add back a Junk Synchron if you need it at the time. You can add back a Jet Synchron. You can add back a Quick Draw Synchron. This works really well to add things back to your hand when you need them. And then we're also playing the one Plague Spreader Zombie. Why not? Easy get out of the grave thing. Like I said, we're trying to get those Dop Warriors out of our hand. So if you can special summon this, then you can go ahead and special summon your Dop Warrior. So it just works out really well with that, and you can just kind of keep your combos going with all the things coming back from the graveyard. And then, because we are playing Synchrons, we are playing the one Dandelion and the one Glow Bulb. Works really well together. You can send that Dandelion with your Quick Draw, you can send it with Foolish Burial, that you'll be seeing later. You can special summon your Glow Bulb to do lots of things. This works out really, really well. That is all the monsters in the deck. Next we're going to be going on to the spells. There are no traps in this deck. I'm playing a trapless deck now. Just because I want to combo off everything, and I feel like if I end up drawing into a trap, it kind of slows down my plays. And I really want to be able to do as much as I can during my turn and just add as much momentum and card advantages as I can, just to kind of be able to stop my opponent in their tracks and make them really have to work hard to try and come back from it. So we are playing a few searching cards in the deck. We are playing 3 Tuning. Really good card in the deck. Allows you to mill 1. Hopefully you can mill a Level Leader or a Jet Synchron, something like that if you can get lucky. Allows you to add 1 Synchron Tuner. So you can add your Jet Synchrons, you can add your Junk Synchrons, you can add your Quick Draw Synchrons, and then you mill. And then we're also playing the 1 Reinforcement Armory because it's only at 1, unfortunately. So that's one reason why a lot of people aren't playing this, is why it's not that good of a deck right now. Rhoda's at 1, it kind of stops the momentum and the consistency in this tracks, which is kind of unfortunate, but I understand. Because there are a lot of other decks that can also abuse Rhoda along with this deck. Next up we're playing some draw power. We're playing 2 Allure of Darkness and the 1 Upstart Goblin. Now Upstart Goblin did just go to 1. That's where we're playing the Allure of Darknesses in their place. That's where we're also playing the 3 Dop Warrior, playing the 3 Level Eater, 3 Junk Synchron, and a few other darks actually. The Plague Spreader's 1, and there's a few others in there as well. And that's just ways so I can actually just keep my plays going, especially if you already have a Level Leader in the grave. You don't really need another one. So you can go ahead and banish that second one. It just works really well. Keeps plays alive if you have that dark in your hand. And the Upstart, because who doesn't like playing with a 39 card deck? Moving on, before I did mention that Monarchs was a really bad matchup for me with that domain. So we are playing the 2 MST. I'm siding a 3rd. I felt like 3 in the main was too cloggy, so 2 in the main, just so I can pop it. We don't really need to hit any other traps besides domain. If we want to, we can if we're planning on going off and an OTK that turn. But if we're not planning on OTK, we don't really need to worry about things. As well as we have a really good way of drawing things out. So if they're going to activate something like a strike or a warning, they're going to hit us with it, and we can kind of try and keep our play going. So it doesn't really matter if they hit us. If they do have those, we can use them, depending on the deck. But we also really want to hit that domain. Next, we have the one of our spells. We're playing the 1 Soul Charge, the 1 Mind Control, the 1 1-for-1, the 1 Foolish Burial, and the 1 Regeki. Now, to go over these real quick, Soul Charge is amazing in this deck, allows you to continue your plays. Easy way to get out Quasar. Mind Control is amazing because if they don't have the March of the Monarchs on the field, I believe this targets, I'm not sure, I haven't really found the ruling on that yet. If they don't have that out, you can actually Mind Control your opponent's Monarch, and then they don't control one, so you can go ahead and you can special summon from the extra deck. So that's really good, and you can go ahead and grab whatever you're playing against really is going to have levels, unless they're playing a pure XYZ build and they only leave XYZs on the field. But either way, you can go ahead and grab it and use their effects if you really need to. 1-for-1, you can get out your Level Leaders, your Glow Bulbs, your Jet Synchrons, anything along those lines, and you can try and get things in the grave that you need. Foolish Burial is amazing. You can send your Glow Bulbs to the grave, you can send your Dandelion to the grave, you can send your Plague Spreader Zombie to the grave, your Jet Synchron to the grave. Anything you really need at the time, you can send to the grave. And then the 1 Regeki, because it's really nice to be able to board wipe, especially early games, so you can try and get off your play and OTK them really quick before they can try and gain any momentum on you. So that is the entire main deck. moving on to the extra deck, I did put a lot of time and thought into making sure that I had enough levels and spots open for a quick draw Synchron availability, just so I can build off of that. So we're going to start off, we're playing the 2 Formula Synchron. Obviously, 3 would be amazing, but you just don't have room for it. 2 is great. Lots of plays you can go off with this. We're playing those. We're playing the 1 level 3 Mistbird Colossus. Now a lot of people are going to look at me right now and comment down below, where is the Tatsunoko, Nate? Where is it at? And I'm going to tell you right now, this card right here puts in so much work for me. I would rather have this than a Tatsunoko any day of the week. This card is amazing, and it's a level 3, it's a non-tuner, so you can synchro with it and not have to worry about having other things in your hand. And its effect to lower your opponent's attack to 0 is amazing, and it negates the effects as well. So this card is amazing. I highly recommend this card if you can find room in your extra deck. A lot of people do play that Tatsunoko. I do see them playing that a lot. I just feel like I've used this card so many times and it's come in so handy all the time that I would never take this card out. So I'm always going to stick with this. If I can find space in my extra deck for a Tatsunoko someday, great. I'm just going to be running 2 level 3s instead of something else. Then we're playing level 5s. We're playing the 1 TG Hyper Librarian because you can't play more than 1. Unfortunately, we're playing the 1 XL Synchron, the 1 Junk Warrior, and the 1 Jet Warrior. The Junk Warrior and the Jet Warrior in here for the quick draw targets, as well as once I start using the Librarian to go off and the XL Synchron to do its stuff, and the Jet Warrior, I want to have another level 5 in here just for the Junk Synchron, because if I have an extra Junk Synchron in my hand, I can go ahead and summon that and then grab a Dopp Warrior from the grave and just have a huge beater on the field. So it's just able to build more plays off. I was playing this with only the 3 without the Junk Warrior, and I just ran into problems where I would have that Junk Synchron, and I really wanted something else to go into, but I just couldn't find anything else to do. Up next, we're playing the 1 level 6, the Stardust Charge Warrior. Stardust Charge Warrior is a new card that just came out in the Premium Gold set. Great card. Just allows you to keep your levels going up. So you keep on synchro summoning, and it also has that amazing effect where you can go ahead and draw 1 card, and this card can actually attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. A lot of people don't even realize it has that effect and they don't use it. I just like it because it does allow you to get the extra draw, and if you have that Librarian on the field, you get a draw too. So it's kind of like you get your 2 for your Formula Synchron and your Librarian, you get your 2 for this, and you can just keep gaining momentum and card advantage. Up next, we're playing the 1 level 7 Junk Berserker. Yet again, another quick draw Synchron target. It's a pretty good card as well. If you don't know what it looks, don't know what it does, go ahead and look it up online. I don't want to take the time to explain it. Then we're playing 2 level 8 quick draw Synchron targets, as well as the 1 Junk Synchron target. The Junk Destroyer, which puts in so much work, and the Road Warrior, which is an amazing card and allows you to get over a lot of things. Then we're playing the 1 generic level 8, the Crimson Blader. A lot of people think Omega is better than this. I like this because it can kind of stop decks in their tracks, especially if they like to synchro summon themselves, or if you can attack into an opponent when they have, say they don't have an open field and they try and use a Prime on you and you're playing Monarchs. Okay, you attack over that Prime, they can't tribute summon the next turn. So I think that's really good. Kind of stops in the tracks if you're able to get this off. They're going to want to get rid of this as soon as possible. It is 2,800. It does have to stay on the field, though, if for its effect to go off. So you really want to try and keep it alive as long as possible. And then we're playing the 1 Trishula, of course. Trishula is an amazing card. I have a combo for that in the combo video. It's going to be linked down below as well. And then the 1 Stardust Warrior. Stardust Warrior is an amazing card. A lot of people aren't playing this now. I've seen a lot of people cutting this. I have no clue why. It's an amazing card. It stops your opponent in the tracks, and they really have to try and play around it. So it's a great card overall, and I would love to play more than 1. And then the final card in the extra, of course, is going to be the 1 Shooting Quasar Dragon. Now, Shooting Quasar Dragon obviously is an amazing card. I don't want to go ahead and focus only on getting that out. I felt like when I was playing this at first, I was really focusing on only getting that out, and that was my only object in the entire game. And I don't want to do that, because when I do that, I try and use too much of my resources too quick, and then I end up getting outplayed later on because they can get rid of this thing. I am not playing the Shooting Star Dragon, so I didn't have the deck space for it. I actually thought about cutting this card, but I felt like if I cut this, you guys would rip my head off, so I decided not to. But that is the entire deck profile, guys. All monsters, all spells, no traps. It is a complete combo deck. No slowdown whatsoever, playing an amazing deck. Overall, I love it. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll be sure to talk to you. I try and talk to every single person who comments on the video, no matter what they say. Positive or negative, doesn't matter. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it 2 thumbs up, because all your support is greatly appreciated. And we'll be coming back to you again shortly with another deck profile. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the Hypnotic Toad signing out for now. Peace out.